Hello, everyone. This is Cody Lee of BlackCatBooks.org, author of I the Dragon, Cruel and Beautiful, Rabbit Hole, King Dia, Lauren Frey, Grim Clover, Internet Blood Sports, City of Steel, and the upcoming Jaw of the Dragon. So, with Video Game Donkey getting a little bit of backlash for his Xenoblade Chronicles 3 review, and me myself going aggressively against the Pretendo JRPG agenda, alongside a number of other YouTubers, I have to ask, like, what is when exactly is Video Game Donkey going to get serious backlash for what he's done? Because I am, although I'm not a Xenoblade fan, I don't like any of the games other than three, which I do rather enjoy. Combat aside, like I found what he did in his video covering Xenoblade Chronicles 3 deplorable. Deplorable. It was just a boring as fuck video trying to like make fun of a game that he clearly doesn't enjoy or care about. And at that point, it's just like, well, why are you making a video? And the answer is, of course, clicks. And like the more I thought about it, like the more I realized how offended by this video I actually was, because 4chan, 4chan is a cesspit right now. It'll probably get worse with time. It has been getting worse in the past like 8 years. It's been like total shit. Nothing's fun anymore. No fun allowed. They just want to like talk shit about like all sorts of different things that don't matter. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 feels like a breath of fresh air, in which it feels like a bunch of people who like legitimately like the game are coming together and talking about it. And the thing I noticed when looking at Xenoblade Chronicles 3 threads, like looking at spoilers, looking at memes, looking at like in jokes, looking at like looking at the stuff people like come up with. It's a lot more creative and fun than what Donkey came up with. And I think that's like the difference is that these people, random anons on V, who probably aren't even getting paid for this stuff, are enjoying the game more than Video Game Donkey, who at the end of the day is just doing it for a paycheck. Right? He is, I think, in the early stages of like AVGN syndrome, where like a certain group of people in his audience are becoming dissatisfied with what he's doing, but like a religious subsection are like fanatically defending him, even though he's done a lot of stuff wrong over the past couple of years. I myself have like disavowed Donkey over a myriad of different topics. But what it comes down to is that like all YouTubers are like this. Like fundamentally, no gaming YouTuber should be trusted because nobody should be spending all their time playing and talking about games, especially not games you don't actually enjoy. There was no purpose for this video, and in fact, I think the only reason that people are so religiously defending it is because like they want to push forward the Pretendo JRPG agenda. They want to continue shitting on like big new Nintendo exclusives, right? Like Xenoblade Chronicles 3, like when it initially came out, there were all these weird narratives and conspiracies that didn't pan out at all. And now that the game is out and is good and has like won over fans, this is all the Pretendos have left is like clinging on to YouTubers by some like declining comedian that hasn't been funny since like 2013. When exactly did he make that JonTron video? That was the last time he was funny. And like I just have to wonder, uh, how long is this going to go on? I'm wondering just what the breaking point is going to be because I don't think Donkey has as big or fanatical as an audience as like Angry Joe or some of these older, more established personalities, right? Like Aaron Hansen took years and years to get to where he is now, where like nobody takes him seriously. Everyone hates his guts. The only reason people still watch Game Grumps is because like they don't do anything else, right? And they'll watch Game Grumps, but they'll hate Aaron. They don't respect his opinions at all. Like, at what stage are we going to get to that? With like Donkey, like we've seen that happen to like James Rolfe, we've seen that happen to like Spoonie to a certain extent, we've seen that happen to like a lot of other people. But like, at what point do we say enough is enough? Donkey should just not be talking about JRPGs if he really doesn't enjoy them that much, right? I have a very hard time believing that like a serious enthusiast of the genre wouldn't appreciate like Octopath Traveler or Triangle Strategy or Xenoblade Chronicles 3. It's just it's just baffling to me how many people will claim to be big fans of video games, but somehow never really not respect this specific genre. It's absurd to me. And in the same breath, like pretend they're big fans of like Final Fantasy VII R. We've been seeing a lot of that in recent years, where like PlayStation RPGs get hyped up no matter how bad they are. Meanwhile, like perfectly good Nintendo ones get like shit on and ignored. And I think that's kind of what terrifies the gaming public is the idea that like eventually these Nintendo games will become mainstream and this will be seen as another genre that Nintendo dominates. I think I think they already are, but much like with Breath of the Wild and like the open world thing, like the gaming community just is not acknowledging it. They're not admitting it, right? They're always coming up with all these excuses and all these justifications, like, oh, we want turn-based combat, but not on a Nintendo, not a handheld console or whatever however they'll justify it. Like they haven't gotten a proper like turn-based Final Fantasy game since like 13, I believe. And yet still they'll somehow turn up their nose at like the Switch games that do offer that. Like it's weird, very strange how much they how desperate they are to keep up this narrative. And I don't know, I might go through Dunkey's channel and see what other weird opinions he's come up with because he is on my radar after this. He really is. I found that Xenoblade Chronicles 3 video to be downright deplorable.